With control of Congress at stake and the elections only 6 days away now, more potentially troubling news for Democrats. The Cook Political Report moving 10 House races in blue districts in the direction toward Republicans, including in New York, Oregon, and California. Joining us now is an incumbent Democrat running in one of those races, California Congressman Josh Harder. Congressman, thanks for being with us. So your race went from likely Democrat to lean Democrat, so it's edging towards the Republicans. How much is redistricting making it harder for you to reach the voters? Because by what we've been told, 74% of the Stockton area is new to you. And according to Cook, that means you have to introduce yourself to all of these people.
We do. California has an independent redistricting process, and so that's the right way to do it, not drawn by politicians in dark rooms the way it happens in Texas and Florida and so many other states. This is still somewhat of the core district that we've had for a long time, the same place that my great-great-grandfather settled in 1850 to start a peach farm 172 years ago, and the issues have remained the same. Lowering healthcare costs, protecting our farmers, keeping our communities safe, but we have to make sure that we're fighting every single day to introduce ourselves to a lot of folks that haven't necessarily seen us on the ballot before.
Is it harder this year because the president is underwater? I mean, he's here in Washington tonight giving a speech about democracy, which is an urgent, theme for many voters. Maybe not at the top, but it's important that he's talking about it, but he's not out there, campaigning. And I would suspect you haven't invited him to come to your district.
Everywhere I go, I hear about how hard people are struggling. Prices are rising, people are hurting, healthcare prices, gas prices, housing costs, especially in California. One mom told me this week that she can either pick her kids up from school or she can drive to work. But with gas prices where they are, she can't afford to do both. And so we have to make it very clear to folks what we're doing to fight inflation. It's my number one job, and we need to make sure folks hear it over the next 6 days. But, at the same time, it's not all about policy. I have a 7-month-old daughter, and when I'm out on the campaign trail these days, more people ask me about baby pictures than they do, detailed policy platforms.
And not about baby formula? I mean, there have been a number of bumps along the road for the administration. Do you get asked questions? Are people aware of all the things that Joe Biden has done? Because the other problem the White House has had is in describing all the legislation that they have passed. You were part of that.
Absolutely. I think sometimes, the Democratic parties, just like my daughter, where you give her a new toy and she forgets about her, favorite toy from 5 minutes ago. What we need is consistency. Working class districts like mine have been left behind for a long time, and they've felt that. They need to make sure that they're hearing every single day on the progress that we've been making. One good example of that is the work that we've done to cap the price of insulin. Half my district is diabetic or pre-diabetic. Half. My dad's an optometrist here. Every single week, my entire life, my dad has had at least one patient who has gone blind, lost their vision entirely because of unmanaged diabetes. Not because they don't know they have it, but because they can't afford the insulin. And the bill that we passed just a month or two ago is going to cap the price of insulin for Medicare beneficiaries. It's a game changer for my community. And yet, just as you said, Andrea, a lot of folks don't know we did it. And what's more, they don't understand the contrast. One of the most important issues in my race is that my opponent says he would have voted against that bill to cap the price of insulin alongside every single Republican in the country. We have to make sure people actually understand that over the next 6 days.
It's just extraordinary. I'm still trying to get over the fact that half your district suffers from diabetes. That just seems, awfully high. I don't know the numbers on the overall population, but boy, that is incredible. Well, thank you for the snapshot from your district. Thank you very much. Good luck out there on the campaign trail, California. Congressman Josh Harder.